Can we take in the ante? 7-11 exactly, yeah.
7-11. Just like the store.
He may be just trying to get a read, of course. He may be sitting there with something like 5s or something like that and just trying to get a read from Davide.
I show my hand. If you fold, I show my hand. If you call, also. 6.
Sixes.
So Fintan pass and Davide shows 6s.
Jack Queen suited.
Jack Queen suited.
Fintan had Jack Queen suited, so he did have that medium strength hand.
Yeah, suited connectors.
No,
well, if he'd have called, if the cards were face up, he would have called. If the cards face up, he's going to take a 50-50 to knock a player out, isn't he?
I was going to call.
Just ask for my hand and I will show you.
Okay, thank you.
Interesting decision, interesting hand.
I love that. I was going to call. Yeah, but you didn't.
Jack Queen of clubs I had.
We can only assume he's telling the truth. He's a poker player.
Big push. Should have called.
Well, in the world of woulda, coulda, shoulda, we were racing for 1.5 million chips, but in actuality, Davide Kitai just takes down the blinds and antes.
Davide pass. Gwen race.
And it's Drenu Keller's turn to raise.
Raise to 180,000. Daniele pass. Fintan pass.
Just Ruthenberg left in this hand.
Sebastian pass.
And a lot of emails coming into Nuts at EPT Live suggesting that Jason Mercier looks like Colin Farrell. Others suggesting that he looks like Jason Lee from My Name is Earl. David Schwimmer? No. He looks nothing like
Right,
David
players,
Schwimmer.
This will be the last hand before dinner break.
Lenny Kravitz, so that's the latest one. Colin Farrell, Jason Lee I can see.
Isabel Mercier? No.
All right.
David Schwimmer and Lenny Kravitz.
We carry on.
Lenny Kravitz is a stretch.
This is going to be the last hand before the dinner break.
Rain pass.
Question is, will we come back from dinner with 5 or 4 players?
Right,
the
players,
answer is
1 hour dinner break.
5.
Please leave your microphone
Davide
at the table.
Kitai gets a walk on the last hand before they go off for their meal. And that's how they stand in chips at the end of this session. Vincent Gavin with the chip lead, 2.4 million. Sebastian Ruthenberg, 1.4 million. The other German player, Drenu Keller, still above $1 million in chips. Davide Kitai with 939,000. Daniele Mazzia, 458,000, the short stack. So a 1 hour break and then live action will resume here in Barcelona.
See you soon.
It's PokerStars.com, EPT Live.
Tournament poker, it's about stamina, determination, patience, and the will to never give up. It's about challenging yourself every day to rise above the rest. Pick your moment, then make your play. With an online tournament starting every second, challenge yourself for free at PokerStars.com and find the PokerStar in you.
The Prime Minister of Ireland has announced there'll be a public holiday tomorrow if Vincent wins.
That's a joke, right?
I think that's a joke. And a question from Tom in Denmark. I have a brother who plays lots of poker on Stars. What if he qualifies to a live tournament and his English is really bad? What can he do? Tom, he'll be fine. There is a cliche that actions speak louder than words, and it's so true in poker. All you need to do is just push your chips in.
Right. If you want to raise, stick your finger up way in the air. If you want to fold, throw your cards in. Shouldn't be too difficult.
Jason big blind, and Daniele moves.
We've got an all-in from the short stack. Daniele Mazzia with fewer now than 10 big blinds pushing in.
Well, this is a pretty standard play when you're in short stack. The blinds are so important to win the antes and blinds here that if he has any sort of a king 8, an ace 7, he's just got to shove.
Vincent pass.
Oh, but he's actually on the button. Or no, he's not.
Pass.
Never mind. I thought he was in the small blind. Okay, I'm new. I get a mulligan, right?
You get a mulligan.
Either way,
you'll
short
catch
stack.
up with the action soon.
Either way, with 290,000, his play is pretty much going to be to move all in.
Yeah.
With the blinds already at 15 and 30,000. I got that part right, huh? So at this point, it just comes down to like, do you have a hand? There's no more real poker left to be played. It's as simple as, do I have a hand that's good enough to call, or do I not? Can't outplay him at this point.
Davide pass.
The answer for Martin Nielsen and Davide Katai is no. Drenu Keller now up to 1.2 million in chips.
So that represents about 25% of his stack. Wow.
And Dren from the small blind re-raise.
He wants to get rid of Jason Mercier.
Okay, he did it rather quickly.
He's now on Jason in the big blind. These two all-ins.
I'm feeling for some reason a pair of 10s or an ace queen from the second all-in. I could be dead wrong. Watch this. He'll have like nothing. Jason looks like he has a hand but can't play.
And Jason pass. Shows we have 7s.
He folded 7s, Jason Mercier.
Daniele Mazzia all in playing against Dren.
So Dren gets some chips back. It's Daniele Mazzia who's all in.
Ace deuce.
Ace deuce for Danielle.
And his pocket 10s.
Pocket 10s!
I'm so good. It's scary sometimes. No, actually, it was just a little bit of body language. It looked like he was very aggressive with his all-in when he said it. So I felt like he was trying to scare Jason a little.
So pocket 10s for Dren. Mazzia all in with ace.
One overcard for Daniele Mazzia. He's going to need to hit, or he's out of here.
I was just going to do the John Duthie and put someone on pocket 10s every hand.
6 straight 9 with 2 hearts.
So far, so good for the 10s.
No help for Daniele. Daniele needs an ace.
And to be honest with you, with the ace deuce there, I'm not so sure I would have moved in with 300,000 in chips. I realize it's very, very short, but
he was in quite early position.
He had a lot of players stacked behind him.
Now he has a flush draw with the deuce.
He's picked up a flush draw. He's got the deuce of hearts in his hand. So a heart or an ace on the river to survive. The Italians are calling for it.
Is it clear?
It is a heart. Horrible, horrible turn and river for Drenu Keller.
Well, something to be said, I guess, about being aggressive. Obviously, even with a hand as bad as ace deuce, if you get called by 10s, you're not completely dead. You're only about a 2-to-1 underdog.
I'm getting the impression there, Daniel, that the Italians are happy.
I think they were excited about that last card, yeah.
But good call on the pair of 10s there. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, well, I said ace queen or 10, so it's kind of like cheating. But those are kind of the same. When you put someone on a range of hands,
sure,
you often think ace queen and 2 10s are very, very similar. They're in the same sort of group, if you will.
Well, the question's already coming in for Daniel as Daniele Mazzia stacks those chips. This is from Harry from Dortmund in Germany. He says, how did you start your poker career? How did you build your first bankroll?
Well, I started as a teenager. I was a snooker player, actually, in Canada. Played pool and kind of just doing a little gambling there on that. And I also had like